square root and cube root functions. What are these functions? How do we make the graph? Fx is equal to under root x. Root x. What does it mean? Fx, let us write it as y. Y is equal to under root x. This is actually 2 here. We don't write it. For other we write like cube root we write. So this is x raised half. Basically it's x raised 0.5. Half is 0.5. This root function, it shows like this. I'm going to make it with the values. The first thing is under root will not take the negative value first of all. Otherwise it will be imaginary. That will be a different kind of math we'll talk about later. But here, right now, when we are talking about real numbers, negative x is not possible. So the domain is for under root x or a square root value or a square root function, all the values except negative values. And y is range, the x is domain. So in domain x, all the values you can write or give from 0 to plus infinity, any value you can give. For example, if I draw a number line, this is negative infinity, positive infinity. Below 0 it is not allowed. Only 0 plus is anything allowed. Any value you can give. It is not only integral, you can give any real number. So 0 till plus infinity. This is domain. Now range is, when you are not putting negative value, you won't get negative value. That means again, you can get any value, you will get all the values except the negative values. So the range is also all the numbers except negative numbers. So anything which is positive above 0, which will come here. Okay. Now let us fix here the range now. Domain is all the values x can take. Range all the value y can take or y will be getting from x or under root x. Now let us draw it. See here. These are the values. When we put x as 0, y is 0. Now put it here. Y is under root x. So under root 0 is defined as 0. The root of 0 is defined as 0 because 0 is basically 0 raised to the power half. And anything to the power 0 to power anything will be 0. Now under root x, under root 1, 1 to the power anything is again 1. So it will be 1. Okay. Now under root 4 is what? 4 to the power half. And 4 is, you can write it as 2 square. 4 you can write it as 2 square. And we have 1 to the power 2, which is the root. So this 2 to cancel, 2 into 1 by 2, 2 into 1 by 2. So 2 cancels, so you will get only 2. So under root 4 is 2. And under root 9 is again, you can write it as 3 square to the power half. 2 gets cancelled, you get 3. So under root 9 is under root 3 square, which is actually 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So for 0, x0 is y0. x1 is y1. x4, for x equals 4, y will be equal to 2. I am just skipping the real numbers. Real numbers will also be there just to make a good graph. For x equals 9, y will be 3. You will put 2.6, you will put 4.8. But I am just giving you a good idea about how the graph is going to be. What about negative? Negative is not allowed. So it will never come in the negative, say second quadrant and third quadrant, fourth quadrant, it will never come. How about cube root function? Cube root function, fx equals, this is same as root, but you have 3 here. That is, root was x to the power half. Cube root is x to the power 1 by 3. This is simply x to the power 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is 0.677 something. So the value can be computed. Now here, it has no problem. You can give negative values also. So negative infinity to positive infinity, that is all the real numbers are possible. I'll just make this graph. Just now let us see the domain. Domain are all the values which x can get. So all the values are the domain and negative values, value will come in the y also. See, domain is having 0, negative, positive here. Range also, x is domain, y is range. So range also is having negative numbers, positive numbers and 0. Okay, domain negative, positive, all numbers, 0 also, range also, real number, because negative, positive, all number will come. You'll see just now. So the domain and range are all the real numbers. So y is equals x to the power 1 by 3. This is what we are dealing with. So in order to find out the cube root, let us put the values now. 0 to the power 1 by 3, as I said, 0 to the power 1 by 3 is going to be 0 only. Now negative 1 and 1, negative 1 and 1. 1 to the power 1 by 3, as I said, 1 power anything is 1 only. 1 to the power 1 by 3 is 1. So for 1 it will be 1. I am indicating the values also on the graph. Negative 1 by 3. Now negative 1 by 3 equals negative 1. How? If I say this means what? This is x raised to the power 1 by 3 equals fx, which is y. So y is x to the power 1 by 3. Now let us take the cube of both the sides. Y cube is x to the power 1 by 3 to the power 3. And 3 gets cancelled. This is 1 by 3 into 3. So y cube is equal to x. So y is actually x to the power 3 is basically y cube equals x. So what would have been y, so that we multiply it 3 times and you get x, that is negative 1. So negative 1 into negative 1 into negative 1 will give you negative 1. Okay. So y has to be a negative 1 in order to get x as negative 1, because negative 1 to the power 1 by 3 or negative 1 to the power 3 will be negative 1. Okay. I'm just taking the reverse just to make you understand. How about 8? Let's not take 2, because that will be a proper real number. I'm just making it quite simpler. All the real numbers can come. I'm just taking the integral values. All the real numbers value can come. It can have 5.5 anything. So 8 1 by 3, 2 to the power 3 1 by 3, 3 gets cancelled. So you have 2. So x is 2. Y is going to be y is 2 for x equals 8. Right? This is the value. Now let us take negative 8. Negative 8 is what? Y cube equals what? Negative 2 into negative 2 into negative 2 will give you negative 2. If you say y, what was y, so that you get x as negative 2. So it would have been negative 8. So you have negative 8 here. So y will be equal to negative 2. Because y cube will be equal to your x, which is the value. So you have this x as negative 8, so y will be negative 2. So now just make the graph here, this graph, and now this graph. So this is going to give you the cube root function. Okay, this is a very basic idea about cube root and square root function. Thank you so much.